Hi guys and welcome to the circus. So here we have another card fight for you guys. On the left side it's yours truly versus the man, the legend himself, Sir Toshiki Kai, playing his Dragonic Overlord the X deck versus my Silverthorns Nightmare Dolls deck. And then right here the Kagero player went first, rides the Lava Flow Dragon, checks the top card and drawing first from the starter, checks nothing there from the top 5 cards, and proceeding to shuffle his deck. This is actually a really good matchup that I went with against my idol himself and our idol specifically. And then right here, I'm actually kind of worried about the matchup here because he can potentially kill me on his first turn, on his first grade 3 turn, if you guys know what I mean, because those 3 swings can be really lethal. Just having one critical trigger active can actually kill you. Okay, so right here we ride onto our Masquerade Bunny, get ourselves a quick shield, and check the top 5 cards for a potential Carol or Alice or Comicality Chimera. Right here we got Carol, so we have our proper right target for our first grade 3 turn, and then we have our perfect discard fodder, which is the quick shield. So that is pretty well done on my first turn because I got to plus a little bit and then ensure myself that I can do something once I reach grade 3. So right here I don't need to do much, so I just want to swing for 8k, check nothing. I check a Amaranth Beast Name right there and it checks a crit, which doesn't really matter. And then right here we proceed to Sir Toshiki Kai's grade 2 turn, rides Igni Road Dragon, and then check the top 5, I guess. I don't know how much how much cards he will check, but he did get a copy of the X, so I know that I can probably die on his next turn. So he swings and I guard for a no pass, gets an Airmo, and then right here I don't have damage because I wanna stay as low damage as possible because his next turn is gonna be really massive. So right here I ride grade 2 and I'm going to ride my copy of Salvia, so I can ensure that I can pull off some combos here. The advantage that I'm thinking of right now is that I know that he'll push me to a lot of damage next turn, so I can utilize Salvia, but I need to do something on my soul to actually work it out. So right here I called a a Beverly for another for a booster so that I can ensure that I can hit. So he rides the X finally, using that skill, the Soul Blast 1, get a Overlord from his deck and then putting it in the Soul, and again getting each skill active except for some skills. I believe that's how it works because the X, it's the X skill that counts your hand as 0 whenever you have a skill that counts your hand, if that makes sense. So right here he used that skill already. Now he is the X. I mean, the X is now the end, but stronger. So now he called an Airmo at the back row to boost, calls a Torrid Cannon, uses that skill to CB1, return a normal unit from the drop zone, and retire a unit. He retired my Beverly, so that really hurt because my first ride will be only at 12k, so it will be automatically a 1 pass against his DX. So right here he swings for 13, 8, so it's 21 with 2 drives and 2 crits, and I say no guard. So he checks a DX and checks a Torrid Cannon. I check 2 damage and I get myself a front trigger, which ensures that I can guard little less when on against his other attacks. So he used that discard 3 skill to give plus 10, and then standing his Vanguard he swings for, I believe that's 10 plus 8, so 18. No, it's something more, 21, 24, because Airmo gets plus 3, right? I forgot about that skill. So I got it for 5k and then swings for 23 in 1 drive, and I'm actually thinking of guarding because I need to guard, but that might have just cost me the game because I was afraid that he will use this 3rd restand and then get another trigger, so that might just really kill me. So right here I took 4 damage instantly, and then right here he doesn't have any drive checks first because I'm not at grade 3 yet, so it means that I can guard for 5k and just pass. So I just guarded with the 5k again, but I regret a decision where I need to guard using Beverly or with Amaranth Beast Tamer. So I chose to guard with Amaranth Beast Tamer, but that actually just really might cost me the game because I needed that card, but I also need Beverly. So I was hesitating on what to draw, and to be honest, to recall what I did here, I actually drew into a copy of Beverly. So that really put me in a bad situation at least. So right here, my Vanguard's at 12. I didn't get a copy of Carol or Alice to call from the top 5 cards, but instead I just put a Silverthorn there to possibly, just possibly, work with Sylvia. So okay, what happens here? Okay, so I am actually thinking on what to do because my hands, as I recall, my hand is not good at defending, and it's more on it has less shield value than what I remember. So I called a Carol in front of Beverly so that it can get to 24. I called an Alice and a Rising Dragon on the right side, on the other side at least. So I called that, but I'm actually hesitating on calling the other Carol because it's also a right target for next turn. So maybe I'll just bounce it. I'll just return it to hand and then call another card, like if I have another Carol at least, because I would like another right target possibly when I survive next turn. But in my situation, as I see it, I can't survive next turn because he has another 3 swings, but this time it has 4 drives. So yeah, it's so annoying. So I just decided to call for an Alice here, swing for 12 for a 1 pass, and then Mr. Toshiki Kai thinks if he wants to guard it. He guarded for a I believe he guarded for a 2 pass, so I checked a front there, then giving everything to the front row. I used the dice to represent the power gains, and then right here I can swing for 27 using my Alice. He checks nothing there because that really helped me a lot because it ensures that I can attack more, and then he needs to guard more. He has a pretty decent hand size, to be honest, but actually the only thing that I want to do here is just to push and possibly win here, because I know that I can burn his hand, but I need him to not get a defensive trigger at least. That's what I'm banking right now. That's what I'm hoping to happen, and then let's see what happens here. So I decided to use Carol's skill to discard 2 cards because I will just die next turn, and then I ride Alice to call another Carol from Soul and giving +5 to that unit. Also, I called a Masquerade Bunny to the back row of Rising Dragon. I forgot to tell you that. And then right here, Rising Dragon is now sitting at 29k base because of the front trigger and his skill, plus a 13k boost, so that's really a lot. And then right here, I swing for 24k, I believe, and 1 drive. I misplaced the dice there. That's only 27 plus, yeah, that's 27 plus 7 is 34. So he swings, he takes the damage, and then he didn't get a defensive yet, so that's really good for me. I swing for 22. He needs to guard for 10. So let's see what he will guard with. He guarded with 2 grade 2s, adding up to 23k, so that's enough. And then right here, this is actually my last attacks. So this is actually quite a misplay, to be honest. It's looking back right now, this is actually a misplay. Oh gosh, that was actually so bad for me. But all's well that ends well. It's just gonna be a really bad turn. I actually misplayed here. Oh my god, I could have actually pushed here, but instead yeah, it didn't go well. Sorry for the spoiler. So he takes the damage and he got a heal. That actually cost me the game. He healed once and he got a defensive, so he can take 1 more damage for free. And then my other column could just hit, and then he needs to guard at least. He guarded for that really easily. And then I'm thinking here on using Alice to call out my Salvia from Soul and call out another Silverthorn. But with Linnea and a Salvia, it only adds to 22, so I can't really do anything right now. That was the misplay because I could have just attacked with my Alice first and then if he guarded it, I can just use that to call 2 more at least, possibly. But he did check a heal, so that's the sad part about it. He checked the heal, and that's everything. That shut downs everything, and I can't really push anymore. I only have 3 hand, and it's just a really bad situation. But I did my best, and this is what I got. So he finally uses this the X skill once again to get himself the copy of the end, and putting it in the soul, copying each skill except for some restrictions, because the X removes those restrictions. And right here, he had a pretty low hand card after that onslaught of mine, so I was really hoping that I could finish it off that turn at least, but it didn't go well. So yeah, I can't do anything about that now. So he calls a Ignorode, right? Will he call an Ignorode? Okay, he calls an Ignorode. Check the top 5 cards, and then it's actually top 7, right? I forgot about it. So he checked top 7. He got no copies of the X, and then just shuffle the deck and possibly just thin out the deck, at least on what I see. And then I cut the deck, and then this is gonna be his final turn. At least that's what I would be feeling, because I just don't have that much room to work. He used his air modes right now because he retired a rear guard of mine. He used the first air mode to countercharge 1 and draw 1, and then used the other air mode to countercharge once more and then draw another card. So right here is gonna be a really devastating turn. I considered myself as already lost, because I can't guard everything. So right here, he uses the cat to CB1 to make battle door, and then uses a calamity tower to give plus 15, and another calamity tower to give plus 30 to the vanguard, hitting for 43 without any boosters, but still has 4 drive checks. He swings, and then I just don't guard. I don't care anymore. He checks nothing, and I check a heal. First check goes off, and then another heal goes off, but I am still sitting on 32k, but he still has 2 more swings and a battle door and a 53k base. So he swings, and I am actually thinking on guarding, but I don't really care anymore. I didn't really care. I didn't have that win con anymore, so I can't defend anything anymore. I just take the damage, and I was actually thinking here if I can still survive this sitting at 32k, but sadly I just can't, because he still has another swing. So right here, I check a draw, and then draws a card, and then finally a 6 damage heal draw, and that's the end of the game. Sadly, I just misplayed there a lot, and yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. So yeah, that's the end of the game.